Hi there Sagittarius, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is your intuitive love reading for November. Saggy, in this reading we see what wants to come through. It may be for singles, it may be for couples, it may be able to be looked through through either of those lenses. So let's see what comes through in the messaging. Getting started with the Journey of Love Oracle from Alana Fairchild. We'll be then going for an overarching tarot card from the Moonchild Tarot before getting out the positions with the Rider-Waite. I'll be also closing out with the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. We have the first card, I'll take the top of that pile, Intimacy. Some of you might be experiencing deeper intimacy in your connection, or some of you may be desiring, a greater sense of intimacy with somebody, maybe after being single for a while. It doesn't have to be physical intimacy, this can be emotional intimacy, wanting to connect on a deeper level, either physically or emotionally with your person. Let's get one more of these. That one is poking out. The spaces between words. Well, that is actually quite often where we find the deeper moments to connect intimately. Sometimes too much talking, not enough just being. Hey, how about eye gazing with your partner for 2 minutes? That is intimacy, guys. The spaces between the words, sometimes it's what we don't say, sometimes it's when we're not talking. What are we perceiving? What is behind the words? And how can we use that to our advantage to build a deeper intimacy in the connection? So it's actually a really beautiful combination. Saji, let's get your overarching tarot energy. I've got two here. Should I take them, Saggy? I have got the Tower and the Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands is generally the energy of Aries. It could be you in this reading. The Tower, obviously, big change, revelations, breaking through the illusion. Can be endings and beginnings in relationships. It can be a big revelation that leads to an increase in passion, seeing a truth that might be blocking your passions and desires, because the Queen of Wands is a very passionate energy. So this is interesting, but the Tower is a blessing in disguise. It comes to align things further, if not in this connection, then to move you towards one that is aligned. It says that maybe something in the foundation needs to be looked at, needs to be worked on here. So I'm going to need to see what the other energies are for the Saggy and see where this is going. So let's go to the Rider-Waite. Giving these a shuffle out and beginning with the energy of the recent past. Whoa, Two of Wands. Somebody may have been considering a new beginning elsewhere. Maybe to go in search of that deeper intimacy and passions, because we have that grip on the Ace of Wands there. That could be the change. Blocks, obstacles or challenges. Yeah, the revelation, the breakthrough, the truth. Your person's energy, we have got the Seven of Wands. Yeah, they're feeling challenged, feeling the competition of this. Advice from Spirit or Tarot, we have the Seven of Cups, the illusion, the confusion, and the outcome. I've got the Queen of Swords, back to truth and clarity. Okay, let's clarify. Clarifying Two of Wands for you, Saggy. Four of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles. Clarifying the Ace of Swords, I have got the Ace of Cups. Wow, okay. Clarifying the Seven of Wands, I've got the King of Pentacles here. Clarifying the Seven of Cups, the Tower again. Okay, they were the right cards. Clarifying the Queen of Swords, the Three of Swords. Yeah, guys, okay. Wow, the love readings are so intense this morning. I am feeling, obviously there's a tower, there's two towers, there's the Three of Swords in this reading. I kind of feel that, we're gearing up here to maybe sever some ties here or completely turn this relationship on its head. Of course, you have free will. I'm never telling you what to do in this reading. Sometimes if both parties are open and willing to work on themselves and change, we can rebuild a connection. Okay, what I'm seeing here is that potentially somebody in the connection, and that can be vice versa, but generally you, the person I'm reading for, Saggy, has been having some kind of desires of maybe looking elsewhere for, you know, that deeper passion and chemistry, that deeper intimacy. And I'm feeling, you know, it really is that emotional intimacy. I have the Ace of Cups and the blocks, obstacles, or challenges. So, you know, the issue here is that the relationship has become a really big comfort zone. So between the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Wands, I see that, you know, we've got the sense here of being in our home, looking out at the greener pasture, which is not saying, you know, I just want to be with someone else. It's saying, you know, that my needs aren't being met where I am, and that's why I'm having this bigger dream. The Four of Pentacles kind of says that there is also a holding on and a resistance and a fear to that, because it kind of is your known. But there's a sense here that we kind of know that there is a tower here that may fall, and the tower is potentially, you know, there was always like a chemical connection in this relationship, but maybe somebody was in fear of opening their heart. The Four of Pentacles can be about guarding the heart, and of course we know that to have that truly like deeply intimate and cosmic connection, it needs to come from both our power, our sex, our life force energy, but also from that deep emotional connection, right? Feeling into the vulnerability, sharing our feelings, opening our heart, maybe even exposing our shadow side to each other. So what I'm seeing here is that maybe there is a desire for a new beginning or a commitment elsewhere, and we're kind of in life review, sort of like going, okay, well, do I go for this? And potentially the universe is going to step in with a tower moment, which can kind of be, well, if you don't do it, I will. I'll orchestrate a situation where the difficult conversation comes out, or the penny lands or drops, or, you know, it's kind of upon you. The decision is upon you, you know, whether you like it or not, to move you. Now, in the blocks, obstacles, or challenges, Ace of Cups and Ace of Swords, yeah, the block is seeing the truth about the state of the emotional connection in this relationship. The Ace of Swords is about truth, honesty, and authenticity with yourself. So maybe you have kind of been pushing that under the carpet, or not wanting to look at the fact that maybe there isn't as much connection there as you wanted. This is about claiming that victory, because I think what you're really desiring is a relationship that meets you on all levels, all sensual levels. It's got to be chemical, it's got to be emotional, and it's also got to be practical. Yeah, we have a friendship, we can live well together, we want the same things for the future. That's the Ace of Cups. It's the five senses are pleased and satisfied, and that might be the breakthrough that you've had. It's like, okay, well, I just don't know if this is actually the one that's going to deliver that. In your person's energy, King of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. So they could be a earth sign. It's generally the card of Taurus, the King of Pentacles. You know, the King of Pentacles is generally like a really like reliable, committed, trustworthy, practical energy. I'm definitely not feeling like trust issues or anything like in this connection. I think it's really down to, yeah, like I said, that maybe they were having issues in opening their heart, right? Maybe they are challenged with the heart chakra and being connected with you in that department, because there is challenge energy here for them. They can kind of also feel maybe a little bit pressured to meet you on that area, because they're either not ready to open their heart, or they don't really know how. And I do know this can be a really big issue with some people. It's like they don't even know how to step into their vulnerability, and they just don't feel there's that numbness there in the heart. So I kind of feel that maybe they might have felt like you have been coming at them with that. Maybe you have been kind of, you know, why don't you ever, you know, tell me how you feel? Why don't you ever express your emotions? And they're just, unfortunately, that's coming from a place of frustration for you, but it can actually force them to close it down even more, because they feel emotionally penetrated in their heart space. So, you know, really it's that kind of, you know, baby steps of them, you know, actually trusting that you won't set on them emotionally, so that they can slowly start peeling that onion. And obviously there's practices that can help them do that, you know, like even yoga and meditation, start feeling into that heart space, maybe even some therapy or some emotional clearing kind of thing. So that's what I'm feeling for them. And because of that, they're kind of feeling like this is going against their grain as well. Although hopefully it's not because they just want to numb out and carry on with that pattern. I think they're awakening to the fact that they need to work on that. Now in the advice from Spirit or Tarot, yeah, Tower, Seven of Cups. I mean, the Seven of Cups talks about illusionary energy. Maybe that there's been a bit of a buying into a fantasy here, a fantasy or a dream that things are better than what they are in this situation. This is also my card of hollow promises, the fact that there might have been great intentions in this connection on both sides, but we've arrived at a time where it's not materializing, or we're realizing that we built our house of cards on a shaky foundation, and there is confusion around the connection. And the universe is saying, well, hey, look, that's why I am bringing in a Tower moment to expose this, to give you this breakthrough and this insight, to allow this tower to fall, so that you guys can choose whether you rebuild from a totally different place, or whether you move on, basically. All right, you do have those options, but generally with the Tower, we don't want to patch up just what we've got from where we're at, otherwise we'll find ourselves back in the same situation just a little bit further down the track. So that's what I'm seeing here. The universe is saying, see through the illusion, allow the tower to fall, shatter it, and start laying a new foundation and building something really solid. Now in the outcome position, Three of Swords, Queen of Swords, Libra in the Minor Arcana. Yeah, you're seeing the big picture here now, and you're seeing how all those pieces came together. You're joining the dots. You're claiming your victory here, and it's through seeing that big picture and everything here in hindsight that you are transforming your situation. It's not without its hurt, it's grief or sorrow for the situation. Someone might be heartbroken in this. The Three of Swords can be feeling into all the pain, but the thing is with the Three of Swords is that it's a three, out of that pain, out of that rubble, out of those ashes is actually the beginning of creation and starting to build something else, the seed. You've got a new seed out of this. So yeah, Queen of Swords, it's about, making that strategic move forward, being committed to truth, authenticity, and honesty now, maybe drawing a line in the sand here, cutting yourself free or setting some new boundaries, but ultimately we are transforming the situation, and that could involve some severing of ties here, guys. So Saggy is quite an intense reading. I will draw you some romance angels to close out on this. Just keeping in mind there's no, good or bad or negative energies in the tarot. It's all energetic opportunities for you to work with this energy to change your situation. I have got past life relationship. You've known each other before, and that could be why there's this karmic contract here, or the sense of, deep intimacy. I'm feeling actually intimacy on some level, but there's a piece missing. So you might either have I'm kind of thinking you have the chemical but not the emotional, but it's a real comfort zone. Very soon, clearly decide what you want now so that it comes to you. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps that you are guided to take, and it might be that in order to get to that full love that you want, then we need to take these steps to allow this tower to fall. Okay, Saggy, I'm going to leave it there, and I do hope this reading gave you some insight into the situation and some guidance, keeping in mind that it is a general reading for the collective, so it may not resonate in its entirety. Feel free to drop me a comment if you're called to share. I do read them all and try to respond to as many as I can. Helps me get to know you guys and connect with your energies, and I will see you, Saggy, back here throughout the month for plenty more readings.